again, how the will works. Space, and desire. Let's say that the world is a state space. So your state is wherever it is, and other states are nearby. So, for example, anything that involves your state, whether you're in love, or whether you're well fed, or whether you are in Texas, or whether you are not. That is a state somewhere in this state space. Now, it's obviously n-dimensional because it can have an arbitrary number of components, but I projected it down into two dimensions with a state measure 1 and a state measure 2. You're surrounded by negative states. They may be clustered in area or may be there mixed, and desired states. Now, your desires are arrows towards desired states. They're pointing towards desired states. They're not actions. You haven't acted on them yet. Now, when you act on one, they're like this orange arrow here. You take an action that hopefully moves in the direction of the desire, but it might not. It could be the opposite of that direction. Here I've shown it as slightly off of the main direction, but this is the idea. Now, the first thing you need to do is align your ability to act with your desire, so that when you act on a desire, it actually happens. This is one of the problems with Galen Strawson's view of obtaining desires, is that in reality, wishing for something, wanting something, even if it's in hand's reach, and certainly if it's a little bit beyond, does not ensure that you will be able to achieve that desire, not by any means. Okay, so you have multiple desires. You can't achieve them all because they contradict, and you indeed can't even exactly achieve one per se. Now, to me, I use the term want to mean a desire that I'm willing to act on. This is to try to rehabilitate the term want, because it's just sort of a whiny thing. Otherwise, like, I want this, I wish this. Forget that. So it's a desire that I'm willing to act on. Because it's crucial to realize that no, we do not act on all our desires. We can weigh them before we act on them, and have many unfulfilled desires, including intentionally unfulfilled desires, because we have decided in the weighing of them versus our other desires to do something different. And this is the important thing, that regardless of if you think that will is an illusion, the fact of the matter is that we experience will, and one of the main ways that we experience a freedom of the will is through weighing different options. Now, if you have a singular intention, one thing that you want to do, you're very likely just to do it. Okay? Very likely just to do it. But you're the savior of your situation is that you do not, in fact, do not have to uh, act on a singular intention. You can wait to get other intentions. You can find that after training you always have multiple intentions, and you can balance these out. So if you have an intention or an idea that you should violently attack somebody that's arguing with you, you could balance that out with one that says, oh, well, maybe it's your fault. Maybe they're the ones that should attack you, and maybe nobody should attack anybody. You can balance it however you see fit. And this is a crucial part, because I think when we ask what is the nature of the will, it is the nature of any philosophy. When you create your own philosophy, and to the degree that you can create a unique philosophy, you will create a unique will. And it is limited only by the fact that in reality, you can't always do it unique, and somebody else or might have explored that area. But still, as different as each philosophy and worldview is from the other, this is how different your will can be. Your mind is like a programming, is like a processing device, and your philosophy is like a software language or operating system and you have a great deal of flexibility in how you enact those things.